Hi, I'm Len Witt, and I'm here with Charlie Firestone, and he is with the Aspen Institute, and he's been working with the Knight Foundation on something called Informing Communities. Tell us what you do at Aspen, and then tell us a little bit about this Informing Communities initiative.
Sure. So I run something called the Communications and Society program at the Aspen Institute. We're a small policy program, nonprofit and nonpartisan. And we teamed with the Knight Foundation on something called the Knight Commission on the Information Needs of Communities in a Democracy, which was a blue ribbon commission headed by Ted Olson, who was former Solicitor General of the United States under George Bush, and also Marissa Mayer, who was head of search and user experience for Google. And it had a wide variety of people who all agreed that information is as important to the health of a community as safe streets, good health, and clean air. They came out with 15 recommendations in this book called Informing Communities. And the recommendations are clustered around the idea of need for access to credible information, the need for the capacity of an individual to deal with that, essentially media, news, and digital literacy, and the need for public engagement once you have the information so that you can actually bring the news to bear on your civic problems.
We're at the National Convention for the League of Women Voters, and you talked about the report, and it just seems that no one really has an answer yet. And are you optimistic about this, the future, pessimistic?
Yeah, I think that just gets to the nature of the person. I'm optimistic. I know that there are a lot of problems. There's always a lot of problems. I think there are a lot of great new technologies. I think there's a lot of people. There's more people than ever going to journalism schools. Oddly enough, the jobs of journalism and newspapers are drying up. But the interest in the role of information in our communities is great. People get this. The real issue is the business models for journalists, and that's significant. I'll grant you, and I know you've been working on it yourself a great deal. But there are more people than ever paying attention to news. There is great news criticism. It's just we're in a period of experimentation, and unfortunately we don't have the answers yet.
Did your commission feel like people were right now well informed or poorly informed?
I think we didn't measure it. We didn't go out and do our own study. We think generally more on the poorly informed than the well informed. There's so many things we need to be informed about. As I think you yourself said, we're in a period of information overload. And there's a lot of information, but making sense of it is a problem. And the ability to take those facts that are out there and do something with them is rarer than it should be. So we've got a long way to go.
Yeah. So what would be the best case scenario in your mind?
Well, I think the best case scenario is a community comes together and says we need to take this as a major effort on our community, just like they might do urban renewal or one thing or another. They decide as a community that they want to be an informed community. We're about to do something called the Search for America's Most Informed Community. It's a little bit of a gimmick, but we want all communities to be informed. What does that mean? It means a variety of things, but that the localities are making their information available in readable form online, that it's open and transparent, that journalism is thriving, that public broadcasting or public media in a local community is thriving, that the schools are teaching media, digital, and news literacy, that this library is supported, and also a center for literacy in all these areas, and that the public is engaged through town meetings, face-to-face, and using the media.
Yeah. I think in the past, I don't think the whole community was really being covered, right? Especially,
Sure.
Low-income people, people of color. I think they were left out of the conversation.
Sure.
And does that get remedied in what you're thinking of now?
I think it needs to be, and I think you're totally right about that. That people, whether they be minority communities or whether they be rural communities or even suburban communities, which are, normally a good target for an advertiser, isn't really served, or often hasn't been served by a large metropolitan newspaper broadcast station. Now we're starting to see more hyper-local news operations. That they're, again, we're really at the beginning stages of this, but what we said in the report was news doesn't so much have to be saved as invented, or journalism. And there's going to be new inventions. There are new blogs. There are new ways of communicating. Social media. Facebook is just really in its infant stages for what it will mean for local engagement and democracy.
Okay, so any final statement that you'd like to make about the informing communities or the state of journalism, et cetera?
Well, not on the state of journalism. The state of journalism is it's changing. As somebody said, the answer changes. But the last sentence in the report says information is everyone's issue. So whoever's seeing this, I'm just hoping you'll take that up.
So do you think enough people actually mobilize, come together, do something to make this happen? Or are they too apathetic or what?
No, I think it's going to be hard. We need to be working to do that, and it's not going to happen naturally. I think we have to get out there and get organizations where the League of Women Voters National Convention, if we can get the League to be taking up this issue, and other organizations, and journalism schools and other schools of communication, and it's just going to be pounding away like any issue. You have to just work it.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.